Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new episode of Youth Talk. First of all, I would like to welcome my guest in the studio. I have with me Sheikh Asim Luqman Al-Hakim. It's a pleasure having you with us, Sheikh Asim.
Nice to be here.
I also have with me three participants. To my left, I have Yunus, who is an English teacher, as well as Abdullah, a computer programmer, and on my right, I have Tariq, who is a student at the Academy of Art. Pleasure having you with us.
Thank you.
Sheikh Asim, in today's episode, we're talking about democracy and Islam. Democracy is a form of governance. Let's first of all start off by asking, what is the form of governance that Islam tells us to rule by, or tells people to rule by?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillahi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa man ihtada bihudah. Ruling in Islam is a very important subject, and the Quran and Sunnah tell us how the relationship between the ruler and the citizens and vice versa. And in Islam, we have rights to those who rule and rights to those who are ruled. And unfortunately, in a two-way situation, there are so many times and instances that one party does not fulfill the rights of the other. And that is why Islam comes and tells us how to run or how to sail the boat. Otherwise, the boat will sink. And I'll give you an example. We have a boat that is comprised of a man and his wife. Now, both have rights over the other. Yet, if there is a mismanagement somewhere down the line, it's always the wife that is requested to obey the orders of the husband and to seek the reward and the compensation from Allah Azza wa Jal, whether in this life or in the hereafter. Otherwise, the clash and the conflict would cause to divorce, and then this means the drowning of the ship. Likewise, the relationship between the father and the son. The son has to obey his father regardless of what the father does to his son. And the father has to be kind to his child by giving him a proper name, by supporting him, by upbringing him in the proper and suitable manner. But if the equation is not complete, and if the father is not treating the son in the way he should, this does not mean that the son can treat his father in a similar manner. On the contrary, he is ordered by Allah Azza wa Jal to keep on being good to his parents, to obey their instructions regardless of the mistreatment he is getting from them. Now, if we move on to a bigger boat, which is this society, we have the ruler on one end, and we have the followers, the citizens that compose the society. The ruler has to be fair, just, and to give prosperity to his people. And the people should obey the ruler as long as he's not ordering them to sin, if he's not asking them to disobey Allah Azza wa Jal. Because if he does, then we cannot obey his instructions and orders or rulings. So as long as he is within the boundaries, he is doing what he's supposed to do, the people must obey him. But what happens if he does not give them prosperity, if he's not just to them, yet he's still a Muslim, he's still applying the rule of Quran and Sunnah, yet there are few injustices here or there, or a lot of injustices here or there. The Quran and the Sunnah tell us to obey the ruler, regardless of what he's doing to us, providing that he is still a Muslim. And this is for the benefit of the whole society. Now, one could say, why not overthrow the government? And we can see this in the banana countries, or whatever they call them. We can see them in the third or fourth world countries. It's very easy
very common.
to overthrow a government than changing a shirt. It's as easy as that. But look at the consequences. Look at the bloodshed. Look at the chaos. Look at the poverty and the injustice that has been implemented to these countries, where they think and pray to God that we wish that we had our previous tyrant who was ruling our country, rather than having this situation we're in. So this is, generally speaking, about the rule of Islam.
Sheikh, also I would like to ask you about democracy. We know that democracy means the rule of people by themselves, and it's a Greek word from the Latin word from the past civilization that means that you can rule yourself or take the decision to make something. So how can we apply democracy in Islam?
Okay. Democracy is a very beautiful word, and most of these Westerner words that are new to us, they have a ring to them, and the media again polishes these terminologies. Islam does not recognize democracy as a terminology, and we have lots of terminologies that that are considered to be new, but Islamically speaking, you have to go back and cross-examine these terminologies or in the light of the Quran and Sunnah. So when you tell me democracy means ruling the people by the people themselves, okay, who rules the Muslim countries? People. So no, if this is okay, but I think that democracy means that whatever the people choose to be implemented, or rules to govern their country, then this should be applied. And in Islam, this is not acceptable.
Why does it?
Okay, it's very simple, because Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in the Quran that the rule is only for Allah Azza wa Jal. Ruling has to be done by Allah Azza wa Jal. So, in a society, if we have a society that all the people in this society vote to do something or to make something permissible, this legislation is not applicable if it contradicts with the Quran. So let's assume that the whole community agrees on selling alcohol. In Islam, the Prophet ﷺ tells us that Allah has cursed 10 regarding wine or alcohol. Those who make it, or those who grow it, those who sell it, carry it, buy it, and so on. So many of them. So even the whole community agreed on selling it, and they agreed on consuming it. This kind of rule is not acceptable in Islam, because it contradicts with the instructions and orders of Allah Azza wa Jal. Therefore, if ruling the people by the people themselves means that they are allowed to give a verdict or a ruling on something that contradicts with Islam, this is not acceptable at all.
So how could we